Hey guys, Garrett with Hawkeye Community College here, looking at HP Tuners. Specifically, we're going to talk about just kind of the layout here and find how you want it laid out and define what the difference between a gauge, the graphs, and the charts versus time are here, and what I would have for preferences on this kind of stuff. So you can see obviously on the left side of the page here, we have the channel. So this is all of our PIDs. So it has to be started to log on this left side to be able to make it to the right side. So we're going to connect up to this. I'm going to turn the key in the on position and just kind of show you guys what I would traditionally want or look at on this. So we're first and foremost going to connect up to it. In the case I was already connected here, we're going to hit the connect button. It's going to find open the interface and be able to gather all the information from this vehicle. From there, you can start recording. It's going to give you guys that live information on the left side. My big thing I want to show you guys, kind of move this over to give us a little more space, is gauge cluster itself. So I'm not a huge fan of the gauge cluster. When I'm on a chassis dyno, it does help me because I can kind of configure that. We'll talk about that in a different video for different, like it'll light up and change different colors and stuff if I'm out of a parameter. If it goes too rich, too lean, too much boost, too much coolant temperature, just stuff like that. I can all see it in there. But realistically, for my automotive diagnostic stuff, I don't really use the gauge a whole lot. You can just hit X on that if you don't want the gauge cluster, and it would completely get rid of it. Then we also have the graph, and now I love the graph. This is where I can lay like fuel trims over top of each other, specifically the one that says, like in this case, long-term fuel trim or short-term fuel trim. I can look at what the oxygen sensors are reading at that specific point in time, and it gives me all kinds of great information. But my favorite part is the charts versus time. You're not going to find something that graphs better, smoother, faster, in my opinion, out of any automotive scan tool than this one right here. And that helps me out a lot on my diagnostics. I was just dealing with an Audi today with an overboost condition that we were able to catch on this and then be able to, it was a pretty simple diag, but like I could see it before and after fix, screenshot, and hand that to the customer. So it makes it pretty simple for me here. As far as the layout on here, all three of the things sitting there, it's kind of in my way. What I personally prefer to do, you guys can just, like in this case, I could grab the gauge. I'm clicking with my left cursor here, and if I now kind of pull to the center, I'm holding and pulling to the center, we can put it maybe on the left side of the page, right side, top or down. I drop them right in the middle, and I'll do this with all of them here. So now I can take the same thing here for the graph, left click, and then pull it down to the center here and drop it in the middle. Now, what we have is I have an entire page of this, and I have an entire page of gauges, and I have an entire page of my charts versus time. It gives me a full view here, per se, to be able to see everything. And just that small feature right there helps me out. And once again, it's a personal preference there, but I prefer to just see just this one. I want to see just this. And I can as easily just click back, boom, to the graphs, and into the gauges. And once again, I talked about earlier, I don't really use the gauges a whole lot. If I just hit the X, boom, gauges are gone right there. Now, once you're comfortable with your layout right there, always make sure that you save your layout. So the next time you open Scanner, if you go to a different vehicle, you can go to layouts. I can save that layout as. You guys notice that I have plenty of other layouts. And this, you could put the layout as whatever you want. You can save that. So next time you wanted to open a different layout for a different vehicle, you could see it differently. So if I went to my layouts here, open layout, and I went to a Cobra layout per se, you guys can see it looks a little bit different on this one. I can grab and I can just move this up, see what I want to, boom, move it back out of the way. It's just all personal preference on what vehicle you're working with and how it is. But easy layout right there, and some operation of the HP Tuners Scanner right there for you guys. Hopefully that customization can speed some of your guys' diag up. So hope you like that one. Keep in touch for the next one, guys. Thanks.